These days, I think again about the importance of health. Importance of health. 그러니까 건강이 중요하다는 것을 다시 생각하게 됐어요. 요즘에. As I got older, I see people around me lose their health one by one. 한 사람씩 주변 사람들이 건강을 잃어가는 것을 보면서 그런 생각을 하게 됐고, a few days ago, my husband's friend suddenly died of cerebral infection. 그게 뇌경색으로 사망했어요. His wife found it when she came back from going out. 와이프가 외출해서 돌아오니까 집에서 그렇게 죽어 있는 거야. 그래서 우리 남편이 엄청 마음이 힘들어 하더라고. 그래서 장례식장도 갔다 오고 막 그랬는데, 아무튼 또한 also close acquaintances of mine said that she would have to go through hemodialysis soon. hemodialysis 그 혈액투석을 요새 해야 된다고 하더라고. 그래서 그 말을 들은 지 얼마 안 됐는데, one day she felt so hard that her called 119 and went to the hospital. 그녀가 이제 넘어졌는 거예요. 의자에서 이렇게 하다가 의자에 다리를 딱 해갖고 왼쪽으로 팍 넘어졌는데 못 일어나고 막 위급상황이 와서 119 실려갔어 이제. 근데 그러니까 혈액투석을 해야 되는 상황이라 막 이게 막 멍이 들더라는 거야. 혈액이 안 좋으니까 그런다. One side, she face, forearms, and leg, 멍이 그냥 다 들은 거야. 그래서 leg were all black and couldn't see them. 볼 수가 없이 막 온몸을. 그래서 and she said she had an atypical blood vessel surgery because of the bleeding blood at that time.
really?
atypical blood vessel surgery가 인공혈관 수술. 인공혈관 수술을 받았대. 그래갖고 또 한 달 만에 만났는데 이 멍은 가셨어. 한 달 하고 봤을 때는 못 보더라고. 막 멍이 너무 들어갖고. 근데 이 피멍이 어혈이 몸에 돌아다니면 위험하다고 여기 인조 혈관을 했대. 뜰어서. 그래서 그걸 보는데 그 얘기를 하는데 when I touched her forearms over her clothes 요 위로 her atypical blood vessel jumped. 여기 인공 혈관이 만져보라는데 불뚝불뚝 하더라고. 여기서 막 불뚝불뚝 하더라고. 아, 나 그런 걸 보면서 와, 건강이 참 소중하구나. She walked around but was a serious patient. 걸어다니긴 걸어다니는데 진짜 중환자인 거예요. 머지않아 이게 혈액 투석을 해야 된다고. 투엘이 그런 거예요. 투엘이. 혈액 투석을 해야 되는데 그 넘어져 갖고 막 온몸 멍이 이쪽으로. 근데 지난 한 달 전에 2달 전에 그랬는데 그 병원에 이제 119 실려가서 병원에 했는데 피멍이 안 가시니까 인공혈관을 수술을 한 거예요. 했는데 또 한 달 됐대. 그러니까 2달을 집에서만 꼬박 있었대. 그래서 2달 됐다 만났는데 여기 좀 만져보라 하는데 여기 인조혈관을 여기 뜰어서 넣었다는데 뻘떡뻘떡 하더라고요.
This was a 2-year story?
응. 아우, 그래서 이제 머지않아 혈관 투석을 해야 된다고. 그 관을 더 넓게 심은 거예요. 여기다 대고 이제 하려고. 그런 걸 보면서 아우, 건강의 소중함을 나이 들어가면서 진짜 건강을 잘 지켜야 된다는 그런 생각이 엄청 들더라고.
원래 병이 갖고 있는데 또 그러니까.
원래 간이식을 했던 사람이니까 이게 뭐 당뇨가 심해지고 막 이러니까 혈관이 안 좋아진 거예요. 그래서 그렇게 됐더라고. 그래서
Your husband friend?
예, 갑자기 죽었어요. 네,
Is your billiards game player?
예, 뇌경색이에요. 뇌경색.
아니,
밀리언에
그
빌보드
남편
게임?
친구분이 같이 당구 치시는 분이.
노노, 그 사람은 아니고 고등학교 동창인데 같이 모임을 해요. 그 친구들 학교 고등학교 동창 모임을 하는데 그 사람이 갑자기 죽었어. 뇌경색으로 혼자 죽었어요. 혼자. 그래갖고 장례식장에 갔다 와서 자꾸 그 얘기를 하더라고. 그래서 자기도 겁난다고 뇌 한번 찍어본다고 예약해놨더라고. 한번 찍어본다. 요새 친구들이 내가 그런 사람이 나이가 있으니까
They have a saying, if you don't have good health, you have nothing.
That's right. 건강이 없으면 아무것도 없다는.
맞아. 얼마나 중요해.
Especially in old ages, I think health is most important asset.
Yeah.
임포턴트 진짜.
제일 중요한 자산인 것 같아요.
Even if you have all the
건강은
wealth,
자기가 갖고 가야 돼.
you have all the wealth, all the cars, all the big house and everything.
No
If you
health.
don't have health, you have nothing.
That's right.
It's so true.
열심히 지키려고 노력은 하는데 사람이 어떻게 될지는 모르는 거니까 그런 경우가 있어.
You deserve to say.
But they don't know. They might hear about that saying, but they don't know until they really have sickness.
Right. You don't realize it until you have sickness. For example, on one trip, I hurt my foot, and when you travel, you must do a lot of walking
Yes.
at an airport.
Uh-huh.
At an airport. So I realized, I wait until my foot is healed. And then it healed and I was okay. But you must be very careful. And health isn't dependent upon genetics, your genes, your family history,
크고 genetic
the way you live, how you live,
어떻게 사느냐,
what you
사느냐,
eat,
뭘 먹느냐,
where you live,
어디서 사느냐,
and what you do.
무엇을 하느냐.
That's all so dependent on your health.
And what you think in your mind.
They're everything.
I mean,
And also your mind.
stay away from stress.
So, at the age of 84, which I am, I realize how important all those things are.
Yes, that's true.
That's why in the weekends I go up the mountains, I go to Kauai, I try to eat healthy food, I try and get good sleep every night.
Life habit.
Good life habit.
And it's important to be good when nobody sees you being good.
I
Not
see.
being good just for people. Do it for yourself.
그러니까 보여주려는 그 아니야. 나 스스로 내가 정말 좋아. 내가 나를 잘 시간을 케어하고.
And I realize that even more
건강을 딱 잡고
because
가야 돼.
my parents died very young.
They did.
My father died mountain climbing.
You said that.
He fell off mountain
아버님은 이제 일찍 돌아가신 거죠. 산에서.
in Austria, the Alps. My mother died 2 years later. We think because of the shock of her husband's death. Yeah.
What was the age when she died? When
62.
she passed away? So early.
My father was 60.
So it must be really from the shock.
It was from the shock, we think.
그러니까 쇼크 받는 것도 되게 안 좋아. I think shock is really bad.
그것도 쇼크도 그렇지.
쇼크 그죠?
갑자기.
So I finished. Sophie? I finished.
Well, I go to the church near Hannam University, actually, and the number of church members is about 40, so pretty small church. But I've been attending that church more than 19 years, almost 20 years.
Wow.
Anyway, last Saturday we went church outing. 교회 나들이를 갔어요. we started from the restaurant in Kumsan. There's a famous restaurant for mountain herb, vegetables.
Sanyache.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, in Korea, 산야채, 산약초, 산약초, mountain herb, vegetables. So there's shabu. The restaurant name is Solneum. Solneum. Yeah, it's a little famous, right? Yeah. So we booked for 36 people there. Gathered there 11:30, and we had lunch there. And the owner of the restaurant allowed us to use one building near the restaurant. So inside of the building, we had recreation time. Recreation time. We have one deacon, one woman butler. She was in charge of the recreation, and she's a school teacher, so she knows how to really, do that. And she also borrowed some game tools like curling. Do you know curling? In winter Olympic. Yeah.
영미. 영미.
Last it's so funny game. I first saw that game in Italy Milano Olympic, last winter Olympic. That was my first time to watch that game. It was quite interesting, At the beginning I didn't understand the rule, how to win the game, but as I watched again, I kind of found how they can win in the game. Two teams, right? Two teams, and they use stone, heavy stone, granite heavy stone with a handle. So on the floor they push that, then slide that on the ice, actually on the ice, because it's a winter game. And two teammates they use broom. They use sweep to go faster and straighter. And there is some kind of, what you call a board, or there's center. So if you push the stone near to the center, then you are doing well.
센터로 없어?
Yes, at the end of two teams, four players. After they using eight stones, the last one, if the last one get to nearest, closest to the center on the board, then the team will be winner. Something like that. So anyway, I was just watching, but they asked me to play, so I also ran for the play, and our team, did well. Anyway, there was some different games, quite interesting. OX game, do you know? Yeah, OX game. Like if she talks about one sentence, if you think it's true, and you go O. If you think it's wrong, not true, then you go X team, right? So something like that. Have you done that?
No,
game?
I never have.
We call it OX game. O is true, X is not true, false. So
We can today.
she said something like, our president is blah, blah, blah. If you think American first president was Washington, then if you think it's true, then you go O.
Oh.
If you think it's not true, then you go X. So it's like if you stand there X, then you lose. Then you have to stay away, and only the team try again, something like that. And there was a dart game also, throwing some dart on the board.
Darts? Yeah.
Dart. Anyway, it was interesting. After that, we actually went to also, we ended the event to going to Young's house, 정샘's 서대산 gallery, and we played the prayer songs there, and we played the guitar there, some songs, and we had the watermelon there, and then some of our church members appreciated the paintings in the gallery also. After that,
Songwha.
yeah.
In Songwha.
Actually, I asked 서대산 Gallery. 서대산 Gallery. Actually, I invited Young to come to Solheum because she used to come to our church from time to time. So I kind of invited her to come and have lunch together. And because the place from Young's gallery to the restaurant is not far, only about 5 minutes drive. So she came over there and had lunch together. And then later we visited her gallery on the way back and played the guitar and had some fun time there. And then the last we had dinner together also. 추구 명장. There is 추어 명장 in Chubu, in Kumsan. That was quite nice place to have dinner. And we finished there. We separated from that area. After that, only 3 of us who were in charge of the event because I belong to also church fellowship section team.
Area,
So 3 of us, after we came back to Daejeon, we had some talk in a cafe, and that was it. Actually, we had to visit that areas two times, 3 times, to check all the things. So Saturday was quite fun day and enjoyed a lot. That's all.
That's good.
Yeah, it was good. Actually, our church planned to have a spring picnic, spring outgoing, and fall outgoing, and winter 윷놀이 game. 3 is a big event.
Much of my week was spent studying Korean language. So I work very hard. I have many notebooks of different words.
Good student.
My sugam, mok, sang, til,
못생긴. Korean
sun, mul,
dictionary.
sa, tong. So I always have this with me.
Yeah.
So if I'm waiting, I can pull it out
yeah.
and try and memorize some of the words. Because when you're learning a new language, you must learn many new words. I would say at least 2,000 or 3,000 words before you can even start speaking that language. And I'm sure Peter knows that very well. I am teaching a student every Friday evening. I teach a student who's in middle school. I teach her. She's just starting high school. She's a sophomore. And she goes to a special school for language in Cheonan. Language school. She's learning 5 languages.
Yeah, you told us.
Yeah. And every time with her.
But you said the middle school student also you're teaching?
Yeah. No, this is
Every
my.
Friday?
This is my. Yeah, every Friday. I'm always amazed at how smart she is.
Oh, you're talking about high school?
Yeah, her name is Andrea.
I see.
How smart she is, and wow, I am really not. She knocks my socks off
Oh.
because she is so intelligent, so interesting. Well, her mother is a hairdresser,
Yes. She got your hair.
so she's going to cut my hair next Friday night.
Next Friday night.
That's part of the deal of teaching.
Once a
So,
month? Once a month? Once a month? His haircut, but next Friday.
she'll give me a haircut at my house
One more.
when I teach. So,
Good deal.
it's a really good deal, because she is also very, very good. So, so that's my Friday. And the rest of the week I was mainly studying Korean. I really am much more diligent now because I really, really want to learn your language. And the more I study, the more I realize how little I know. and how hard it is for you to learn English. Because the basis of Korean is the Asian languages.
Yes.
The basis of English is the European languages.
Yes.
There is no similarity between those two.
So, do you think Korean is the central language of Asian?
Oh, not really.
I
It's,
don't know.
there is Ural Altair. It's the root of Asian country language. So it didn't start from Korea actually, but we have different root of language from Europeans. They have different root.
Yeah, the
Korean-
root being
Asian
different
has
makes English
Ural
for you
Altair 쪽에.
very hard. And it makes Korean for me very hard. Because many of the words that you use have an origin in China, or mostly China. Many of your words, you have two words for the same thing. One is Korean, a native Korean word, and another is a Chinese word,
Yes, that's right.
which means you're actually when you study Korean, you're learning two languages, not just one.
That's right.
When you study English, you're learning at least 5 different languages. You're learning Italian, you're learning Greek, you're learning
Frenchy.
Latin, you're learning French, you're learning Scandinavian, you're learning many, many different
yeah.
languages. So I understand why English is so hard for you. And at the same time, I love the Korean alphabet. Hangul. Hangul is absolutely amazing. Imagine trying to learn Japanese, where you have to learn 3 different alphabets, kanji and Kannada, and, himdurayo. Whereas in Korean, you can immediately, after you learn the ya, o, ya, o, yo, you know immediately how to pronounce the words.
Yes, that's right.
Okay? And this is a big advantage. And I also realize how hard it is for you with the alphabet that we have. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. That's a hard alphabet to learn. And when you learn the alphabet, you still cannot pronounce the words.
Sometimes the different pronunciation.
Sometimes different pronunciation. But when you learn the Korean alphabet, you can pretty well pronounce all the words. So that's a big advantage of your language. So I'll pass that on.
I know Korean letter, Korean alphabet is very cute and very
Scientific. Right.
scientific.
Scientific.
과학적이다.
Okay.
Scientific.
I'm Korean.
You're Korean. And I always think, I'm so jealous of you.
Yeah.
Because
부럽죠?
Because,
질투나죠?
because you were born with that language.
네, 맞아요. 진짜.
You don't have to go through the struggle.
in that sense,
So I'm jealous of every Korean.
in that sense, I can say I'm jealous of you because you born in English.
Really?
Yeah.
앞으로는
You're lucky.
얘가
Because the
있어요.
world language is English. So
I'm not ambitious.
hopefully
Because
Korean
I
language in the
have
future.
이거 뭐예요? 무슨 폰? 스마트폰.
In the future, hopefully Korean language become more famous and become like world language. That's my hope.
But at the same
My
time,
hope.
the Korean language has taken my wife away from me.
Taken
She's gone because she teaches Korean in America. Because so many students want to learn Korean. That's why she has a job, and that's why it's 안녕히 계세요.
뭐라 그래? 굉장히 기분이 좋겠다.
She will be happy with the situation.
왜냐? Because she is on Korea.
She's a Korean. She's a Korean.
She's a Korean.
She can speak English and Korean language.
That's
two
true.
languages
Her,
very
her
well.
English,
So she's a bilingual. So some
she
people
is
like
definitely
that.
bilingual.
Yeah,
And actually Chinese too.
Oh,
And Chinese.
she speaks three languages.
I heard she is American.
She's an American.
She's in America.
American. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Boston. And Boston is the educational capital of United States. Harvard, MIT, so many colleges in Boston area. So, yeah.
Some Korean letter, some Korean letters, same pronunciation, but different meaning.
Different.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not,
that's right.
Yeah.
yeah,
For
it's
example,
not
눈.
pure, but it's close. It's close.
One example.
예, 아예, 어예,
Mm.
야예,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know. 어아이.
어아이,
아아이. I don't know.
야아이,
야이.
예. 올에,
올해 these days same pronounce. 그러니까 지금은 발음이 그 원래 언어는 성장한다 그러잖아요. 변하잖아요. 성장하고 쇠퇴하고. 그래서 지금은 그게 다 허용이 된대요.
근데 지금은 의도 예로 읽을 때,
의도 예로
예, 그러니까
읽고
네 가지가 다 예로
한국에서
읽게 돼 있더라고요.
저 때부터 그랬거든요. 저 때도 그렇게 된다는 얘기가 있었고 이미 시작됐는데 지금은 발음을
The pronunciation is even personally I pronounce is quite similar. I don't really recognize it.
I said not good because Korean language is global
랭귀지? 글로벌 랭귀지.
It's becoming because of BTS.
Thank you, BTS.
You see, when you are young, we like to listen to pop songs, right? And you try to speak pop songs English, right? Something like that. Now BTS is well known to world. Like not much Koreans know about BTS as much as other Europeans. But they try to sing that song and they try to learn Korean. Why? Because they want to know the meaning of the lyrics.
예.
The song's word.
코리안 대리 인기가 좋아요. 그러니까 유럽에서.
Yeah, because of
My sisters have two sons. Son married 파리. Son married Germany. 네네네.
저만?
한 사람은 독일에서 결혼하고 한 사람은 프랑스에서 결혼했어요. 그래서 한 사람은 아직 프랑스에 살고 조카 하나는 인대전.
현지인과 결혼한 거예요? 한국 사람하고 결혼한 거예요?
그러니까 거기 갔다가
거기 있는 한국 사람하고 결혼한 건지 거기 있는 사람하고?
외국 사람하고. 근데 글씨는 다 알아. 말 몰라요. 근데 글씨는 우리나라 글씨가 아까 뭐라 했죠?
They can read well.
Scientific.
Scientific. Because young people study hard in Korean letter.
So they can read quite well.
맞아요. 그래서
reading을 제일 먼저 빨리 습득해요.
정말 문자 먼저. 그렇게 하고서는
말씀.
오케이.
오케이.